what does it really mean, accountability and do no harm in operationalization? And the fact is that it shifts depending on what are the cultural and social contexts. So it's not like accountability is necessarily a fixed outcome. In some societies, it might mean when you're talking about accountability of the perpetrator, and the perpetrator is not the only form of accountability. We can also look at accountability related to bystanders and institutions and all of that. But in the case of perpetrators, for instance, it could mean in some societies arresting the perpetrator, legal action and the prosecution and all of that. But this must be a process that makes sense to survivors within their own world. And for a lot of women in community-based societies, um, the fact of maybe their husband, if it is the case of intimate partner violence, and as we know, IPV is one of the highest forms of violence against women. The husband being for instance legally convicted, charged, punished and all of that, it may in fact result in a backlash on the woman and on her family itself and lead to greater stigma. So whereas we as programmers and policymakers may feel that that is the correct thing to do, and this is what will lead to probably long-term change. But from the point of view of the survivor, if it is not a solution which is improving her safety, her dignity, or her agency, so then it's not really accountability from her perspective, even if we feel that it is ticks our boxes of program frameworks. And similarly for men too, depending on the context of where they live, maybe it could responsibility may mean not just formal justice systems, but community-based accountability structures.